Topic where Egypt has joined 4 International Committee of UNESCO for terms ending in 2019, following a vote that occurred earlier Friday during the 38th session of the General Conference of the UN agency. UNESCO Cairo is a partner with several other UNESCO field offices in the region. To know more about this topic, we are joined with Dr. Ramy Ashoor, member of the Egyptian delegation to UNESCO. Hello, sir, and welcome to our show.
Hello, yes, I'm fine.
A great pleasure to have you. Let's first start with Egypt's recent membership in 4 committees. Reflects the great role played by Egypt in the UNESCO. How do you see this?
I see that first, UNESCO is the international organization for literacy and culture and science. There are a lot of offices of this international organization in a lot of states of the world. And every state has a delegation to represent two organizations. But about the importance of curate in the region, every state will improve or give the importance of topic that it's needed such as European Arab dialogue. In conjunction, the accurate states in Arab region and Europe, Egypt is the one of the first states who emphasizes and establishment the dialogue between Europe and Arab to aim at the targets of national security.
Okay, Dr. Ramy, what are the main fields of action for UNESCO in Egypt? How is UNESCO active in Egypt?
The last active about 2 projects. The first one is about strengthening the role of media in crisis management in Egypt. And the other, since 2 weeks, about strength the Islamic rule to face challenges and extremist groups or jihadist Daesh in the Arab and European area. That make emphasis that meetings between Arab and Europe are meetings historical and geographic between neighbors. And work on the reasons to how symbolic offend Islamic symbolism and make of or work on about how to work together, not only peace, but how work together to improve the peace to all the world.
Yes. So at the beginning, you started, speaking about UNESCO and the role in culture, literacy, and a lot of important aspects. If you can elaborate a little bit about the memorandum of intent between the UNESCO and Al-Azhar in terms of their cooperation in the field of capacity of development and educational and cultural institutes. How important is this to Egypt, and how is this memorandum of intent should be taken into action?
This topic, especially Egyptian National Commission issued a book that related that Islamic culture in the European scholars. Spain as example to improve and improve the Islamic and mental image of European about Islamic and Islamic community of in Europe. Especially Spain, because of the history of Spain as Andalus and the rule of Spain in European Union.
Okay. Yes. Okay, sir, regarding the UNESCO, and if we talk about the antiquities in Egypt, and from every now and then we hear that things are being stolen from our heritage, we only see the UNESCO making statements and condemnation. Why does not take certain steps in order to prevent such acts?
The Egyptian National Commission make an idea and give it to UNESCO to confirm it as religion and international idea about the protection and heritage, not only Egypt, but in Arabian region, especially the jihadist as Daesh is
And
still.
what it did in Syria.
Okay, okay. Not Syria only, but in Iraq also.
Yeah.
This destroy, not destroy all antiques.
Temples were destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not only they after them stolen about the heritage, they will sell them to make a money. Okay. They destroy some of it. And the show, media show, to show the destroying, and the other has been said.
Yeah, that was my question. What is the role of the UNESCO regarding such an actions?
UNESCO don't have power or army to make a protection in the land, but this capacity for national security. But UNESCO have to make a decision to then give the decision to national security to send an army.
But we had this, understanding that UNESCO has the authority when it comes to heritage and, preserved areas, that they have sort of say on what's happening there to preserve the heritage of each country. So is that true in the first place? And what is the exact role to control this and, avoid stuff like having agricultural lands or valuable lands next to the pyramids changed into very tall buildings? Violations.
The latest rule UNESCO making it in cooperation national convention on the world, especially Arabian world, that the terrorist should not be linked to Islamic culture because of being Christian group, extremist group in other countries such as Uganda, Christian extremist group such as Burma, that we will do or work about protection our heritage, not only from extremist group, but we ask government, especially European government, to cooperation with us to protection about heritage, that because of being the European community is suffering from the refugees, especially Syrian refugees, as a result as conflict in Syria because of being extremist ideology in this region.
But are they recording all the antiquities that are stolen from different countries, especially in the Arab world? You have documents for this?
Yeah, yeah. There is a project about this protection, the Arabian heritage, and how to face the challenges, especially attract the young people to as human resources to face these challenges. And Daesh, this information, latest information, Daesh has been success to attract the European young is more than Arab young.
They are more vulnerable to Daesh than other people. Yeah.
Okay. How can Egyptians, being a member of the delegates to UNESCO, how could citizens and Egyptians leverage the presence of UNESCO and their actual work here with several ministries and government in order to benefit also for themselves, their areas, their community?
Now Egypt occupies a chairman or in the executive community on UNESCO or executive summit, such as Ambassador Mohammed Sameh Hamr is this Egyptian delegation for UNESCO. Also, he has a chairman of UNESCO, executive UNESCO, that he, through its position, he will support the Egyptian project, and not only Egyptian project, but Arabian project about the facing the extremist ideology and extremist group, linked or related it our heritage and replace the peace because of the God sent the prophets not only to replace the peace, but to all together, how together in the peace.
Sir, illiteracy, it's a kind of a disease that kills the aspiration of any society when it wants to move forward. Egypt has a high rate of illiteracy. What is the role of the UNESCO regarding that field?
There are a club of UNESCO in the Egyptian university and Egyptian schools, such as Cairo University and Alexandria and Ashoor and Ain Shams. There are UNESCO schools in a lot of schools in Egypt. This school and this university club is relating with UNESCO and the update material for the improve the level of the schools to equal or close to European schools. But the current state, or because of being the state of current situation, the literacy in Egypt is needed more about improvement.
More efforts.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, interesting. If I come back to the point of heritage and conserving heritage, because once again, this is an important part that UNESCO had a role all over the past years. If a citizen or witnesses a violation with a clear, preserved area, what should be done through the UNESCO or through the governments or the Ministry of Interior? How can we escalate and raise, issues that the government maybe is ignoring to UNESCO to be supporting, on their agendas?
Egyptian government make a coordination with the UNESCO office because of the UNESCO organization, make a project annual to Egypt, and this project will not making in Egypt without rule of Egyptian government. But Egyptian government they're faced about of challenges. Maybe this action UNESCO office is executed the project only. So the impact of this project not benefit more about Egyptian government.
Yes. What are the problems that UNESCO are facing in Egypt? What do you need in order your work to move forward?
I need, through my work as example, I need to more coordination between Egyptian government and the UNESCO, not UNESCO office in Cairo, but UNESCO organization, especially facing the challenges and facing the extremist ideology. Because of we still facing the extremist ideology in Egypt, inside Egypt. This we needed not only a UNESCO office, but all international organization help us to facing it.
Supporting us. Dr. Ramy Ashoor, member of the Egyptian delegation to UNESCO, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us and for all the information and the insights.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Let's move now to a short break and returning back with more.